Hey, Sarah.
I'm getting too used to this. How long?
Weeks. Relax. You haven't missed much.
The Ark and the Sleepers, they're safe in the sphere?
You better like where we parked, because it's home now. The Sleepers wake to an amazing view.
We did it, Dad. What about your implant and Sam?
I am once again helping the Pathfinder activate Remnant. Our connection has been restored to normal.
Normal. You need him again?
I need Sam to make it easier. I was adapting, but damage was being done. We need to be careful, Sarah.
The Nexus leaders are waiting, Pathfinder.
Duty calls. Better not keep them waiting.
It never ends.
Alright.
Go on. I need some rest.
Okay, so we're just in there. Oh, remnant derelict model. Look at that. Boop. Talk to your squad and crew. Let's track that one, because why wouldn't we?
The decision isn't yours.
Neither is it yours. That is the point, isn't it? Pathfinder, you're late.
Save the cluster, straight back to work. I get it.
It must seem like that, but this wouldn't be possible without you.
As outposts become colonies, the cluster needs its own voice, a true council.
And while I maintain that it is premature, we must nominate an interim ambassador to represent concerns outside the Nexus. Or rather, you must nominate someone.
Interim ambassador? To what and for who?
To the Nexus. The eventual goal was always a galactic council, but Meridian has accelerated concerns.
An Ark has landed. The vaults may make outposts self-sufficient, and we can't claim to represent a sovereign Angara. An interim ambassador would represent concerns outside the Nexus, until elections when we can all step aside.
At the appropriate time.
I can handle a hot potato, but why throw it to me in the first place?
Because we need it to be legitimate.
We can't impose a vote on the Angara. Or even Kadara. Eladin? Won't happen.
But you've acted for everyone. If you endorse a name, some may disagree, but they will trust it as a starting point.
Someone to speak for Heleus.
I put forward Pathfinder Reka. I'd suggest you, but someone might think you killed the Archon to elevate yourself. We can't allow the appearance of that. But Reka keeps the position and timeline in the Nexus family.
See, Reiko would be stable, but shockingly enough, they wouldn't. Could give the Krogan a voice. The Angara were here first, leader of the first outpost, and Bradley seems to have a good head on his shoulders. I mean, the Angara were here first, but once again, this is, or is this concerns outside the Nexus as in not to do with the Nexus and its outposts? I feel like Bradley's got enough on his plate right now. Reka's supposed to be a Pathfinder, so that, I mean, the Moshai might be the best choice in all honesty, right? Because, I mean, to represent concerns outside of the Nexus, I mean, she seems... I'm going to go with the Moshai.
The Angara need to help define the process. It's their right. Plus, the Moshai would help solidify relations.
We're already partnered, thanks to your efforts against the Rokar.
All the more reason to focus on our own issues.
Oh, I see. This is okay.
It feels like the original intent was to give that voice to the outposts. August Bradley's a proven leader.
On a considerably smaller scale.
He's kept EOS relatively stable, despite no militia presence.
Meridian doesn't mean done. Catter's still out there. A Pathfinder is the obvious choice for stability. For us.
But hardly the empowering one.
Same old bullshit.
If we want stability, maybe we should ensure the Krogan stay. What if it was Morta?
You are out of your mind.
It's definitely unorthodox.
Oh, you can't do it. Morta's fucking nuts, like beyond belief. I gotta go with the Moshai.
If we're going to treat Heleus like a home, we need to acknowledge whose home it is. I won't name anyone. I support asking the Moshai to act as interim ambassador.
Meridian's opening day, and we're surrendering how much influence?
That's the point, you colonial ward. Sarah is feeling better? Good. This decision, the policy and protocol, that's not what your victory was about. There's more to life than this.
All right. So yeah, I think, because once again, it is interim.
Integration of Hyperion systems is ongoing. Our SAM node will be accessible on return visits to Meridian.
Status.
Yeah, so now, from this point forward, if you continue exploring and doing stuff, because there's a little bit to do. Nothing like huge, but, you know.
How is this not finished?
Here.
Ryder, enjoying the fruits of your labor? You deserve it.
Thanks, Callow.
The Tempest is getting some much-needed service. I thought I'd leave them to it. But I wouldn't miss the big day. Meridian looks so different.
Alright, so stupid fucking capture failed, and I didn't realize. You didn't miss anything with Callow. That was the end of the conversation, basically. Then this here's the diversity squad, which makes more sense once you've heard them. So all three of these people are apparently going to be super important in the next coming few years because of what their specialist jobs were. And I call them the diversity squad because you have a black chick with a really thick accent, an Asian chick, and then a white guy with a very thick accent. Well, not, I guess his accent is very thick. The black chick's accent is super thick. But anyway.
We got a lot wrong on this trip.
Yeah, like I said, you didn't miss anything, really. Oh my, look at that. That is a lot of shit. I'm not gonna
Thank you, Pathfinder.
read.
You're why we're here.
Hey, Joel.
So this is how you all party, hmm? Pretty tame, but don't tell the host I said that. Meridian is amazing, though. You accomplished the inconceivable. I'm grateful to be part of it.
Couldn't have done it without you and the Resistance. But mostly you.
That's kind. I'm glad I rose to meet your expectations. To think that when we met, the Angara and your initiative struggled to find trust.
The way we arrived on Aya was over the top. You know, uninvited and on fire.
Agreed.
Guess it worked out okay.
Ryder, the Angara will never forget how you saved the Moshai. But more than that, we'll never forget how you fought the Ket beside us. How we destroyed the Archon. Meridian is a new beginning for your people and mine. Together.
New beginnings. That's what I came to Heleus for.
And what I dreamed of. Yes. New beginnings. So, let's get to it.
Alright. Cora.
Hey, Ryder. How's Sarah?
Much better.
There might be 2 Riders around soon. Imagine. The Hyperion's forming scientific teams. Gotta start studying what we have. I may have helped them organize.
That'll be exciting. Meridian rewrites all kinds of physical laws.
Maybe they'll name a new law after you. Something about never staying in one place. This is a new cradle for humanity. That's a big idea. Bigger than I'd imagined. So maybe building those teams was smart. Small steps to understand all this. Until we're at the top of the mountain.
And seeing the next horizon.
Can't deny it. I'm game for more. With so much power in our hands, you think it'll be okay?
Small steps, like you said. There's no rush to figure all this out.
Right. If nothing else, Meridian gives us time. Whatever happens, you gave everyone an incredible gift. Nice job, Pathfinder.
Okay. Let's see. Who is next?
This
Oh,
is
look
what I
at
expected.
Kelly's here.
It's
Sloan?
better.
I don't know. Whichever one you want to call her
If
by.
you're expecting a pat on the back, you're going to be disappointed.
All right. I'll settle for a hug.
How does your crew stand you?
Some people find me endearing. Charming, even.
More like insufferable. But you do get results.
That was dangerously close to a pat on the back.
You're hearing things.
See, she does change a little bit. Hey, Moshai.
Pathfinder. I'm told I'm about to get exceptionally busy.
Which, given your health, is unwise.
We all gave of ourselves, Zephyra. It was time. And as this ambassador, I will continue to do so.
No other choice made sense.
That isn't true. There were choices that made sense for others. Also, don't assume my name brings universal approval. You know how varied our opinions can be. I can't speak for everyone, but I will gladly help create the system that does. Ansala Venjuri, Pathfinder. There is much yet to learn.
Okay.
It's overwhelming.
Oh, there's Liam.
But I can.
Scott, kept a seat for you. In your planet, that's not getting less weird. About time Meridian got a proper grand opening. We all need this. Heard Sarah woke up. How's she doing?
She'd be angry if I said anything but great. Which means... great.
Stubborn as hell. I hear it runs in the family. Hey, know who I just talked to? A second wave technician, fresh out of cryo. Just had his first sunrise in Andromeda. He couldn't stop crying.
Just him?
Must be something going around. Maybe you're the carrier. It's really feeling like home, you know? Finally. They haven't given you 5 minutes alone since the fight. Have you had a chance to let it sink in?
There's so much here. It'll be years before we even know where to start.
Don't need starters. Starters are a dime a dozen. We need finishers. And we have the best. I'm looking at you, Pathfinder Rider. The whole galaxy is. Cheers.
Specialist Ringy. Oh my, look at that hair.
So glad you're up and around. I have important news for you.
There always is.
Yes, discoveries every day, but this is something we've been waiting for. Listen.
What should I be hearing?
Sorry, Sam. Active filtering. Initiative Protocol Alpha Alpha to the screen.
Protocol what?
Processing.
Repeating. This is the Ark Kira. The situation is not under control. Note and avoid until further updates. Repeating.
Is that?
The Quarian Ark. And Elcor, Drell, Volus? Hanar, I think. That's some delicate business, putting Hanar in stasis. Point is, they're still out there. The Keela Sia wasn't destroyed.
It's patchy. And there's no traceable vector, I assume?
It bounced through the Scourge. I've doubled long-range probes, but...
That's not a distress call. It's a warning to keep away from... wherever they are.
Whatever's happening, they don't want to be found yet. We have to trust their Pathfinder.
All we can do is wait.
See, now, because of that right there, people really expected a... we'll save Vetra for last. Really expected there to be a DLC that involved the Quarian Ark.
Kid.
Old man?
This place is something else.
We can finally start doing what we were supposed to do when we first got here. Explore.
Speaking of that, I sent out what's left of the Macmore scouts. Nearly drowned me in reports until I pointed them at Tan. Told him to be extra wordy just for him.
He'll love that.
He wanted the job, he can have the reports. It's not over, you know. There'll be more Ket and whatever else is waiting out there.
Whatever happens, we'll be ready for it.
Pathfinder and crew ready to take on the galaxy, huh? They won't know what hit them.
Okay. Oh, what's that, though? Data pad. During language study, Tig Valen linguistics are beginning to suss out operational files by identifying its different understanding. We sure we should poke this thing? I'm starting to think even the Jardan were concerned by Meridian. I mean, they've made
even these Jardan were surprised at what they created.
It is not uncommon for a creator to be surpassed by their creation.
Couldn't anyone else have said that?
Right?
Meridian, huh? I see it every day, and I'm still amazed. We're really starting to put down roots. It's wonderful. Did I tell you? The team's working with the Angara to set up a joint research body.
That sounds exciting.
I know, I can't wait. Us helping them helping us. Can you imagine what we could accomplish? I'm getting all misty just thinking about it.
This was always what was intended. Nice to be here, finally.
We always knew what we wanted, but for a while we couldn't see it. Now it's here, it's happening, and it's beautiful.
Hey, Lexi.
Still standing?
Still standing.
Then I did my job. Somehow. Nothing more need be said.
I'll remember that the next time you chew me out for getting hurt.
So will I, Ryder. So will I.
Oh wow, that was a fast one. Also, who the hell was that behind me? Oh. Hey, Cantros, how's it going? Scared the crap out of me there for a second. I think I saw Gil there. PBC. Oh god, I'm not dancing, that's for sure.
Organize it.
Oh, good. You're here. Maybe the festivities can finally begin. Don't like sitting on my ass. Places to see, people to go. Yeah, you know what I mean. Well, let's get this show on the road. Meridian looks great, but, you know, been there, done that.
We'll be here a lot. This place is the key to everything.
You're right. I love keys. They open all sorts of new things. Heleus is changing, and will be for a long time. I'm just antsy. I don't want to miss a thing. Oh, I almost forgot. Kalinda sent a congratulatory message. She was angling for an invitation, I think. Denied.
Hope you didn't turn her back into an enemy.
Oh, you're always so serious. Enjoy the moment. We're here to celebrate, remember?
Look who's talking, Miss Basale.
Just keeping you on your toes. For now, you're right. The galaxy isn't going anywhere. Let's have some fun.
Okay. So I think I saw Gil. Yep.
Hey, Ryder. Jill is walking the walk. The procedure took. I'm gonna be a dad.
Congratulations.
I'm thinking Mary if it's a girl, Deanne if it's a boy. Mary, Deanne, Marie Deanne. Pretty cool, right?
Pretty cool.
Knew you'd like it. So, this is supposed to be a celebration, right? You getting used to any of this yet? Meridian? The dream becoming a reality?
We're not done by a long shot.
Come on, try to ease up a little. Enjoy the win. But so you know, I've got the Tempest topped out and ready. You want to blow this hot dog stand? Just say the word. Callow's out there somewhere, time one on. If we're really sneaky, he won't even notice we're gone.
Who's flying then? You?
Why the hell not? I'm a quick study. How hard can it be?
You better get this nonsense out of your system in the next 9 months, you know.
Little Mary's gonna have a fun dad.
Okay, so it looks like all we have left then is Vetra to talk to.
Glad to have you.
I know that the captain lady is supposed to be around. Did I just miss her then, or no? Maybe you don't talk to her until after you talk to everyone else.
So, Tan says he's gonna let me stick around and help with the...
Hey, Ryder.
Maybe I should leave you two alone, huh?
No need. We'll get time alone before too long.
What's the word on the street?
Ryder saves the day, Pathfinder of the century. You know, the usual.
Still?
Get used to it. They're gonna name things after you when you die, and probably even before. So we heading out again soon?
Oh, she's all grown up, leaving home, doesn't need me anymore.
That'll be the day. We'll handle my deals on this end while I'm gone.
Seeing you two in cahoots makes me all misty.
You know this is your fault, right? Helping us along? Heleus has really turned into the fresh start I wanted, in so many ways. And now with Meridian, we're really going to make this place ours. I can't wait. You know where to find me when you're ready. Hi, Ryder.
All right. And then, yeah, I could have swore that the Dunn there, the captain, was out here, but... and that you could talk to her, but maybe not? I mean, you would think that she would be someone you could talk to, but...
Hello, Ryder.
I guess you can't talk to, like, the director or Tan or any of the other assholes either, but, you know, still. Yeah, I guess so. Let's see if we get a cutscene here.
Making a quiet exit?
Figured I'd leave before I teared up. No one needs to see that.
I expect that honesty is part of what draws them to you. I tried to think of a way to honor what you did. Some protocol. There isn't one. Your father invented this rule, but you defined it.
This is great and all, but it feels weird to be on a ship that isn't moving. We're explorers. There's more to see out there. Let's go find it.
See, I would love to have like a space exploration game, you know, like tied into this universe, but like a separate, like not like a main, kind of like an offshoot game, you know, where like you could explore different parts of each planet and whatnot. You know, you had like a shuttle and you could fly over, spot someone, and be like, oh, kind of like No Man's Sky, but obviously way more condensed and like. Even if it was just like a planet that you got to explore, like I said, a very small game. But yeah, there we go. That's the end of, that is the end of the game.
That's
100% viability on all known UNCs, Pathfinder. Please access the Tempest VidCon for an important update.
Oh yeah.
Tempest VidCon. All right.
And then from Carrie. Oh my god, so many. Alright. Guess we're not quite done yet. Jesus Christ. Okay.
You have AVP outstanding, Pathfinder.
Of course I do. I also have zero reason to use it, because I am done with the game as soon as I get through these.
There's a new task because we hit 100% viability?
It is a significant milestone, Pathfinder. Preparations have been made for some time.
I need to know if there's another expectation because of this.
Updating objectives. You have a high priority destination.
At Habitat 7, what's going on?
I have been instructed to not reveal mission parameters. Don't be late, Pathfinder.
Oh, look at that. We still have even more to do. Jesus Christ. I mean, so these are, obviously, you're going to know this already, but I'm definitely going to have to cut these in two. Now, I will keep my promise to release them both on the same day.
Did you get my message? Doesn't matter. I have exciting news, and I wanted to tell you in person.
Should I sit down?
Is that another idiom? Or... Yes, of course. Do what you like.
Yeah, it's an idiom that means... Never mind.
I've been offered an advancement in the Resistance. And... my own command.
That's great. I'm... happy for you.
But you don't sound... another idiom?
Kinda. So when did this happen?
Recently. You know that I wasn't satisfied with my position and direction in the Resistance.
Or life.
True. Very true. Yes. After my successes with you, they see me with new eyes. But more importantly, so do I.
So you get your own command?
It's a covert squad, Tech Ops, commanding a small group of elite specialists that infiltrate advanced Ket sites. High danger, high reward.
That's a hard choice to make. I won't stand in your way.
That's kind. It was a hard choice.
Okay then. Should we head back to Aya?
What? Why? I'm not taking the position.
But that's crazy. It's what you wanted.
What I wanted, yes. But not what I needed. Not what I need. With your help, I broke free of expectation. I found my better self.
It's been a pleasure to work with you too.
Funny how chance can change your life in an instant.
I know what you mean.
Your dad would be proud of you, too.
Yeah, hope so.
So, you're stuck with me now. At least until this all plays out. Besides, you need me.
Don't push your luck.
But luck can't be pushed. It comes to us, and... idiom.
Yep.
Shit.
Yeah, tripped him up on that one, apparently. And yet Cora doesn't have one, but I'm assuming if I talk to her, she does.
Meridian, at last. There's still so much to do. For the Nexus, the Angara, but not today. Today, we get to feel good about winning.
Oh, guess not.
See you later,
well,
Cora.
not really, anyway.
I'll be here.
That's not too much of a surprise. Maybe Jaws was like an earlier one that I just kind of missed out on or something. I'm not sure on that. Right, I'm not going to worry about the AVP because who gives a fuck. Does not change anything for this part. So odds are Gil doesn't have anything to say. Or Drac, since they're here.
Face down, ass up.
So long, bone brain.
How about to Meridian?
To dreams and family.
To whatever's next. May it be beyond our imagination.
It's my toast, and it's to the vanquished.
Here then.
So when everybody just started to hijack his toast.
Hey, Ryder, you busy? I've got a surprise for you.
Oh, do you now?
Sorry, this way. Watch your...
Ow!
Shins.
Can I open my eyes now?
Okay, just a little more. Good. Open. Surprise.
This is wonderful.
I tried. It wasn't easy to get all this together, but you're worth it. I made it for you myself. It's steak. Cow.
Earth cow?
Well...
It just said cow on the packet. Does it matter?
Delicious. I love cow. I'm gonna take time to savor this.
It looks burnt as fuck.
You don't have to be nice about it. I know I probably made it wrong.
Vetra, this is great, but you didn't have to.
It's a thick fucking steak.
I just wanted to do something special for you. As thanks. Finding Meridian, building us a home, that was you. You care about my sister. You care about me. For me. Not because you can get something out of me. I love you. I just don't want to ruin it. I thought...
Nothing's ruined. It would take a lot to ruin this.
Really?
Because I love you too.
I think I know how to make all this up to you.
Please, no more food.
No. I think you'll like this.
You know, there's still a part of me that's curious as to how that would work, and another part of me that really doesn't want to know, you know? Just one of those things whenever you have, like, well, I was going to say, like, a fantasy race, but I guess it's mainly aliens, right? Like, because most fantasy races are at least like, somewhat humanoid, and you can just, like, assume that they work more or less the same as humans, but, like... They get someone like the Turians there, and it's like, I don't know how that works.
Ready for more tests?
Not again. Lexi, I'm fine.
Sit now, and I'll skip the blood work. Have you experienced any muscle spasms? Nosebleeds?
Memory loss?
I feel like my normal self.
You haven't been normal since Habitat 7. Inhale. Exhale. You should know. Professor Hirik approached me about a transfer to the Nexus. Apparently my research on Ket anatomy has been useful to the militia.
You could continue your studies in a low-risk environment.
I turned him down. Truth is, I've discovered I do my best work in the field. And someone has to keep an eye on you.
I'm lucky to have you here.
Yes, you are. But I'm pretty lucky too.
Okay. Oh, that one's good. Already we're out there. Alright, I guess PB maybe would be the only other one that would be that we haven't checked on. And then obviously we have the carry interview, the Habitat 7 thing for 100%ing the game, more or less. Okay, PB doesn't. I'm assuming that if you talk to them that yes, they would in fact have something else to say. From Calla, Liam found this on a Nexus message board and I thought it might amuse you. Watercolor painting of the Tempest grounded on Meridian. Calla posing heroically in front of it in a scarf and old stuff like goggles. I didn't imagine anyone knew what I looked like. You're the famous one these days. It's rather fetching though. If I can get a clean copy, maybe I'll put it up somewhere. From PB, I know you've got a million people shining you on right now, so I'm here to talk you off your pedestal by calling me the Conqueror. We're not done, Buster. There's a galaxy of secrets out there, and I'm going to go get them with or without you. Your call. So lap up the praise, but do it quick and get your ass back in gear, Buster. Things I wrote as we walked away from Meridian Control. This is the best sunlight I've ever felt. God damn it, the Hyperion hit hard, but it's home now. Holy shit, all these people are home now. I'm going to walk this whole sphere. Wonder if there's a fish. Can we make fish? We brought fish. What's in that star? I think I'm going to cry and it's great. Tomorrow will be great. Let's go exploring. Just home as a header. Oh, great, because he always, like, does a bunch of shit. From Vetra, Liam tells me that is a thing that humans like sending each other. Just so you know, I vaguely remember Kesh saying that Nexus leadership has access to all Tempest email servers since the Tempest is initiative property and all Pathfinder team activities should be subject to Nexus oversight. Not saying Tan's looking at our letters, just saying he could if he wanted to. So yeah, unless you want Tan to know what the Pathfinder's up to in your free time, i.e. the carrying on board, maybe keep the emails pretty tame unless you do want to give Tan some kind of aneurysm. Possibilities. Two-rider from... Oh, because that's what... Okay. So she did send me that. From Suvi. I thought you'd like to know that the science team has decided to name our first Heleus Milky Way planet hybrid or plant hybrid after you. It's not exactly viable yet. About 90% of them die shortly after germination. Those that survive tend to be sterile, but we're getting there. Okay, I just read this over and I feel like it could almost be taken as an insult, but I swear it's not. In case you haven't seen the report, celebrations are breaking out in Aya and Havaro. People are walking with a lightness to their steps, and there is even more laughter than usual. Recruitment for the Resistance has never been easier. On Vold, while the Ket are in disarray, we will take down their bases one by one until they are gone from the planet forever. People hope that one day the Vassal will be a thing of the past, and that all worlds will be like Aya. I don't remember what the Vassal is. Change is coming for the Angara and the humans. We're lucky to have each other, at least that's what Ephra said. No, he really did. From Cora, we secured Meridian, gave the Archon hell, and made the cluster bloom. No Hunter's team could have done better. That's because of you. Proud to have been your second through all this. We didn't need Golden Worlds after all, just the right person for the job. Thank you. And then that's normal stuff. All right. Okay. So yeah, return to Habitat 7, but obviously we should go and do the Path of the Hero first.
We'll find out.
So there's Meridian, big circle. I don't know if that's the only part of it that can open up or not. I feel like it could, like the way that it's built doesn't look like it, but at the same time, since that there is an entire actual ecosystem on the inside, I feel like they would have to have only one opening, right? Or one spot where it open, because otherwise all that ground would have to move, and like since it seems to have like rivers and shit in it, I mean, that really wouldn't make too much sense. I've also decided I'm going to edit this just now. I realize that you already know that I'm going to cut after after the credits, and then upload this as like a second video, just called Epilogue. But You know, and also look, they actually took the time to remove the Hyperion from there because that would make sense. I really hope that they do build some more ships in the future for like actual like combat ships, because obviously they don't really have too much of that. And considering that the Archon just like walked up to the Nexus and fucking stole one of the arcs, I mean, I'm granted it probably took a lot more effort than that, but the point is he still did it. So I mean, they probably need to up the defenses a little bit, since the Angara are the only other race in this system, at least that we found so far. Although if there is another race in this system, how would we not have come across it yet? So yeah, I mean, hopefully we get some more like actual military things. Now I do believe that actually like the fact that we chose science over military, if you choose military, that you actually get like another squad of initiative soldiers during one of the parts of the end sequence there.
You're here. I'll give you my entire chocolate ration for an interview about Meridian.
Done. I'm down to the ones with strawberry goop in the middle.
So, Meridian's real. A promised land. You did it. The Hyperion's a mess, but that crash site does mean humans have a claim to Meridian.
Technically, yes. But practically, our allies will always be welcome.
It's good to have that on the record. I'm headed out there soon. Documenting Meridian could be a lifetime's work, even for an Asari. I can't wait to get started.
All right.
Meridian.
Oops.
Now that's history in the making.
And then that's that. And now, like I said, since we do have 100% viability across the sector because we are the best, we do have one final mission down at Habitat 7. I honestly don't remember what this is. Obviously, I did it last time, because I did a couple more missions last time than I did this time. Because I mean, we still have that volatile one there with the canisters on Eladin, and I'm sure that there's probably more more tasks like that I missed on Eladin, and possibly on Vold. I'm pretty sure we did them all. Eos, I'm pretty sure we did them all. I guess I would just no, because isn't there 4 outposts? Eladin and Kadara. Kadara probably has more, because I didn't really do a whole lot on Kadara for task-wise.
Pathfinder,
so, I mean,
got a minute?
I guess. Now what do you require, Subi?
We thought the Remnant City was incredible, but Meridian is an order of magnitude past even that. It will occupy us for decades.
I hope we can learn something that will help us.
There's already talk of hybridizing our food crops with Jardan-created plants. You know, the discovery of the Angaran origins have made me think hard about creation. If the Jardan were capable of creating life, then what does that say about God?
You're wondering if he could be just a scientist?
What if our creator is just like the Jardan, advanced but mortal, fallible?
If you want to keep believing in a higher power who isn't just an advanced species, you'll find a way. You haven't had proof of a god before now. Why would this change that? Your faith will bridge the gaps.
Uh-huh. You're saying I'll find some way to convince or delude myself?
I mean, here's the thing, right? There's one answer that I want to say, and then there's the answer that I know I should say.
No, I wasn't really saying that.
Ryder, don't be silly. Even if you didn't mean it, you were. That's what faith is. And I'm okay with that. I want to believe in something bigger than I am. So I will. Strangely, that makes me feel better about the whole thing.
Because, I mean, in all likelihood, assuming that we aren't just, you know, random genetic mutations that eventually developed into, you know, humans. I mean, but I mean, at some point, right? Assuming no God, which, let's face it, at some, even if, like, there was, like, something created humans on Earth for something, and then maybe something even created that something, and something created that something. At some point, right? Like, even if there is God, did God come from? That's the thing, right? It's like God is everything. It's like, all right, but has he always been everything? Was there a point without it? Like, that's what I mean. Like, there's not, at some point something had to be created, right? Or something had to come from nothing, basically.
So, back at Habitat 7. What am I supposed to see? And what's it got to do with 100% viability?
I'm getting initiative signals, magnetosphere charges, and atmosphere probes.
The vault here remains non-functional, but with 100% viability to invest, we've begun terraforming this world with initiative technology.
The good old-fashioned hard way. It'll eventually be a home too, thanks to you.
A team effort, surely.
There is one more item, Pathfinder. Opening channels to the Nexus, Meridian, Prodromos, Detaeon, Tevuni, New Tachanka, and Initiative allies. By unanimous vote, this world is to be renamed. Habitat 7 is now listed astronomically as Rider 1. Your world, Pathfinder. Their future.
I don't think I would ever like that. I like, in all honesty, I don't think that I would like something like that named after me like that. It's just weird. Like, if you're gonna name something after me, do it after I die. Like, don't name it after me while I'm still alive, just because it's weird. It's like, I've been to Ryder. It's like, you what? It's like, yeah, I sat on Ryder the other day. Excuse me? It's my first trip there. It's like, anyway. So yeah, that's the story of Mass Effect Andromeda. Like I said, amazing game.
You have outstanding.
Hopefully we'll get a sequel that has to do with Andromeda and continues off of this. I would have loved them to release other games in between that were just like little mini games. Like, they could literally have just like made a game per planet just to like expand upon the planet, what those games would entail, I don't know. Okay, but I mean, obviously they would have to somehow tie into the save file for this, but I mean they do that all the time. So but yeah, like, I would have loved to have seen little games come out where like you were exploring Eos or something, and like another one where you explored Havarl or different places in Havarl or something. But I mean, that's just me wanting to explore the planets. So that is it for Mass Effect Andromeda. Starting Saturday will be Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Hopefully, assuming nothing goes wrong with it. But I can't see anything really that would affect it, considering that it came out, yesterday from when you're watching. If you're watching this on the release date, it would have came out yesterday. So, I mean, that does give me 2 or 3 days to get it recorded, edited, and uploaded, which should be fine, considering that every Monday video is usually recorded Saturday night, although not going to be any more because my shifts are changing. Although that week, I don't know, my shifts are still fucked, but it should be mostly Monday to Friday now, which does give me a little bit more breathing room recording wise. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time for a new game.